Excited too, Olaf. This is Arendel's first Christmas in forever.
The first of many to come.
Hello everyone, this is your good old neighbor Nick Kick, Spider-Verse, and Frozen 2 fans as one year, and I really hope you enjoy your night. My night is fantastic. Sorry guys, so today I am doing a redo movie review to one of my favorite movies out of the Hobbit trilogy, and one of my second favorite film out of the Mighty Earth Mighty Earth saga, I meant to say, which is none other than the Hobbit of the Battle of the Fire Army, came out the year of 2014. Even I think The Big Hero 6 is a way more better movie from 2014 than The Hobbit 3, but I do enjoy this film anyway, because this film is in my top 10 best film of 2014, well, it's not my second, but in the top 10. Anyway, enough further ado, let's talk about how underrated this film is. Anyway, when this film came out, a lot of people was very disappointed because this film got a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes. 59% on Rotten Tomatoes, I must have said. And I was like, how this film got a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes? So that's why I watched this film last year. And I was like, What is Rotten Tomatoes talking about? And honestly, guys, it can show that you do not, honestly, the one lesson is do not trust Rotten Tomatoes, because Rotten Tomatoes are such a lame party pooper. Honestly, guys, let's just say party pooper, because saying lame party pooper just didn't make no freaking sense at freaking all. Anyway, my thought on the movie called The Hobbit of the Battle of the Fire Army. This is a fantastic and a very emotional way to end of the Hobbit trilogy. It is not as heavy as Return of the King, because honestly, guys, I think Return of the King is the best way to end of the trilogy in history of cinema. But all I gotta say, but at least this film really tried to be like Return of the King. But honestly, guys, just because you have an end credit song called "The Last Goodbye," it didn't mean it didn't mean that people will change your mind about the film. Anyway, I have nothing to say about it because this film is so amazing, and I don't have any flaws I have for this film. And honestly, guys, I still have a little bit. It has to be this film was cutting, especially for the funeral scene, because I did watch that for the deleted scene on YouTube, and I was like, why they delete that? Anyway, honestly, guys, just because, I'm sorry, shoot, I'm saying it for it. Anyway. Nope, I don't have any flaws about this film. I have a lot of positive than the flaws. Anyway, enough further ado. Let's discuss how underrated and a very push rate this film is. The story is real well written. The character is well... Shoot! Say that one more time or I'll kick your butt. Anyway, enough further ado. Let's talk about how underrated this film is. The story is very well written. The character is a very unforgettable. The action scene is really brutal. And honestly, guys, in the cinematography, it looked absolutely beautiful. It's kind of moment that you're in the film. And honestly, guys, in the opening was very insane and a very amazing way to open up the film. And anyway, in the dialogue, I like the dialogue of each other characters, and each other character do has some chemistry, especially for the two. Honestly, guys, for the love couple, which is another than one girl with the elf ears that actually fall in love with the short guy from the dwarf. Yeah, honestly, guys. Yeah, honestly, guys, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, and now let's get to the character played by Luke Evans. I like Luke Evans. Honestly, guys, I didn't like him as Gaston for Beauty and the Beast 2017, and no, 1991 do not count. And anyway, and he was in the live-action remake of Pinocchio, which I didn't like. I didn't like his character that he was playing in the Pinocchio live-action remake. And yes, I'm probably definitely agree. Honestly, we all agree that Luke Evans characters and live action of Pinocchio is one of his worst performances that he ever did in his career, because he did a very awful job, and thank goodness that I watched this film to get that thing out of my face. And sorry guys, Luke Evans character, he's a really awesome character, and I do appreciate it. Anyway, the main character played by Marty Freeman, I gotta say that he did a wonderful job. Wonderful job of his character art inclusion to this trilogy. And Gandalf, I like Gandalf. Gandalf is a very likable character, and you feel so bad that his universe is really getting destroyed by the villain. And honestly, guys, in the climax, honestly, guys, even the climax is not as heavy in the climax, just like it Return of the King. Shoot! Say that one more time, I'll kick your butt again. Anyway, back I was saying, honestly, guys, the climax. Honestly, guys, I gotta be honest, but honestly, guys, the climax is not as good as the climax in The Lord of the Rings and Return of the King. But all I gotta say about the climax is honestly is one of my favorite scenes in the Hobbit trilogies. And the ending. I like the ending. The ending is a very emotional way. And honestly, guys, the ending was take place before when The Lord of the Rings, the Freshman of the Ring begins. And that's why they showed the opening of exactly that you saw the scene just like the Freshman of the Ring. And the last goodbye song, that is a very emotion song, and you can use that. Honestly, guys, you can use that song for every movie, like the Avengers Endgame, or the Harry Potter Deathly Hollow Part 1, 2, or even Frozen 4, maybe we'll see. Anyway, so overall, guys, there is nothing to say about it, because this film is a very emotional way and a very awesome way to end of the Hobbit trilogy. And honestly, I forgot to mention, honestly, guys, now let's get to one of my favorite characters in the Hobbit trilogy, which is none other than the one girl that she played by the same actress that she was in the Ant-Man movies. I gotta say, but she is way better than she was in the Ant-Man movie. Honestly, guys, I do like her in the Ant-Man movie as Hope, but I gotta say, but she did a wonderful and a very attractive performance that she ever did in his career. That she ever did in her career. And all I gotta say, but she is honestly, guys, and all I gotta say, but she is officially is one of my favorite characters of the Mighty Earth saga. Since the main character from the Lord of the Rings of the Ring of Power, which is a show I hate, which I don't want to talk about. Anyway. So overall, guys, the Hobbit of the Battle of the Fire Army is such a very epic way to end of the Hobbit trilogy. It's not as heavy as the Return of the King, which Return of the King is the best way to end of the trilogy in cinema. But all I gotta say, but this film is a very awesome way to end of the trilogies. But honestly, guys, there is nothing to say about it. I say a lot about it, because this film takes place after the detonation of the Smog. Because if you haven't seen this film, do not watch this film. Watch the detonation of the Smog, and then you can watch the Battle of the Fire Army. Because this film takes place before the aftermath of what happened to the dwarf and the one character played by Marty Freeman. All I gotta say, but it is honestly is one of the most underrated movie of 2014. Yup, I think this film is even underrated than the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Anyway, and this is honestly is one of my top 10 favorite film of 2014. And all I gotta say, but this is honestly is one of my favorite movie out of the Hobbit trilogies. And all I gotta say, but this is honestly is one of my second favorite movie out of the Mighty Earth saga. And I am giving the Battle of the Fire Army, aka the Hobbit 3, a 10 out of 10. This is an epic, brilliant masterpiece, and I'm giving this a saga movie a seal of Nick Hick awesomeness. So yeah, guys, that was my redo movie review of The Hobbit, The Battle of the Fire Army. So tell me about your opinion on this film on the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to see more of this, please, I highly recommend you to hit the subscribe button, turn on notification, and share the video with your whole family. And we got 8 more days until Christmas. Man, the time do go fast, isn't it, guys? And at this point, just keep going. Because I like time go fast. Time go fast is way better than time goes slow. Anyway, have a great night, everyone. And I see you guys next time. And yes, again, adios.